It's JesterTheCat here, and I'm doing a tutorial on Pixar on the category of color. Now, color is a big thing in Pixar. I mean, I don't know why people don't tend to teach it in the tutorial. I guess it's a little bit of a secret type of thing, but I mean, it is a really big deal in Pixar. I mean, you can have a super bad drawing, but if you choose the right colors, it looks appealing, you know. So what's the difference between these two sides? Obviously you can see that there's a change in color, and that is hue luminosity, which is basically when you as the colors go up, the shades change. So this is a really dark purple. I mean, well, right now it's almost halfway between pink and purple, but we change it a little bit more, it's a little bit more purple. And then you have an actual pink, and then you have your reds. That is hue luminosity, is changing or shifting in hues as light goes up. Now, but for here, as you can see, that there is no change. And when you tend to not do hue shifts, your contrast is really hard to do, and it looks nasty when you just use the same red over and over, but changing the value of the red. Because you have a like a pretty decent red, a low saturated, but even some people, they won't even change the saturation. They'll just keep that red as it is and just change it to that, which is really kind of eye straining if you use that as your highlight. This is a cool and calm highlight. This just kind of makes your eyes hurt and does not look good. And so, but one thing about changing between the saturation of shades, which will help your contrast better, and then also changing in color, is you don't want to overdo it. I mean, when I pick my colors for hue shifts, I always do colors analogous. You don't want to do like crazy amount of colors that just you're trying to show contrast. You just want to keep it about 3, on this side 3. Yellow, you know I really consider these just orange, so I'd go from yellow, orange, and red. But you it's all really trial and error, because this side, when red is the highlight, it looks good, but when red is the highlight on this side, it does not look that great. I mean, a dark yellow does not look really good, but a dark red and a dark orange to a highlight of yellow does look really good. So really, it's just all trial and error when it comes to colors. But some of them are very basic, like analogous. That's absolute, that these colors are next to each other. Complementary, that colors opposite on the wheel make them look better. you know. But the thing about complementary, you don't want to use complementary as your shades, because then it really makes your piece of artwork look really nasty. Alright, so back to this. Now, I was pretty generous to do shades of 20 each time, because some people, they won't even do that. They'll just, make that red, and then they might go up like maybe 5, thinking that it's okay, and there you go. And you really can't tell there's a change. I mean, just because I showed you, you can tell that there's a change, but you really can't tell unless you zoom in this close. But when you're zooming it out this far, no, you can't tell. So overall, or bottom line, you want to change your colors based on the color wheel. And when you change colors, you want to change colors that are analogous. That's one thing. Another thing is you want to spread out your shades. 20 each time is pretty good, but when you go up 10, I mean, it's I mean it looks okay, I guess, but really you cannot tell that much that there's a change in colors. I mean, you can tell, but not really that great. I mean, you can tell here really well, not just because you have a lot of pixels clustered together. It's just because you you know you changed your shades by a lot. From going from 5 to 20 is a big jump, but from going to 10 into 20 is not that big of a jump. So color is a really hard thing to learn, and Pixar usually practices a lot, so you You might want to look into this a little bit more and learn it, because once you learn color and you know it really well, it makes your art look really good. And that's the end of my tutorial, and I am glad that you watched this.